You are alive. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hello, I'm Willie Peters, your host for another edition of Kingdom Fundraisers Live. And guess what, y'all? It's Fundraising Friday, and I am so excited to be with you guys today. We've got some good news for you. We got a call to action for you. We got a few things that's going on that I want to help you go from startup to sustainability. And guess what? We'll help you get your vision off paper and onto the pavement if you're ready to go. And there's some things that we are going to go over today. We're announcing even in advance. My brother Mark is not even with me yet. I know he's on his way, but there you go. I see him popping in here now, and so I'm going to wait on Mark just a few minutes for him to appear. I know he's there, and he's going to appear here in a minute, and we're going to begin to make these posts. But I'm going to announce to you guys already today that we're launching today, officially launching today. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see. Okay, the read that was on there, but we're announcing today. There he is. Watch this. Watch this. My wonderful brother, Mark. Thank God it's fundraising Friday. Mark, good to see you today. Listen, Mark, I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. I'm excited. And even in the midst of the pain we're going through, I'll explain that in a minute. You already know. But it's fundraising Friday. And on fundraising Friday, I get excited because the news that we're announcing today that's going to make somebody's organization or as an individual fundable, this is going to be great. On March, I'm starting it off. I'm not even going to wait on March. Let's do this all again. On May the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I'm going to say that one more time. On May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we're coming to you with Fundraising Made Simple Live, and we're going to talk about how to build a fundable organization in 90 days. Did y'all hear that? Fundraising Made Simple Live, Kingdom Fundraisers Live. And we're going to talk to you about how to become a fundable organization or individual in 90 days. We're going to use part of our program and our script, yes, how to fund your life, how to fundraising make simple. We're going to talk about our 5 R's of successful fundraising. We have some scripts for you. We have a textbook for you. We have a workbook for you. Those things will be available starting next week. You're going to hear us post that thing. Hello, UCC Mark is on it already. How to build a fundable organization in 90 days. That's what we're going to help you, teach you how to do. And so I'm already letting you know now, you're going to need to, if you want more information, you want the registration, you're going to send me an email or a text or a DM me the number 90. The number 90. We're starting it off letting you know in advance. We're going to go over some of this today, but we're letting you know. Fundraising Made Simple Live, how to become a fundable organization in 90 days. That kicks off on May the 21st, 22nd, 12 noon, right here, 1 hour live. And there, and for those who are really interested in diving into it very more, there's a VIP session that we can pull together. I haven't done that yet, but we want to make sure you do so. There it is. Fundraising Made Simple Live, May 20th, 21st, 22nd, 12 noon, right here, Facebook Live. It's going to be live on our YouTube channel as well. So if you're a subscriber of our YouTube channel, you'll be able to link on there. It's going to be recorded. But for the recording, we're going to have a conversation about how you get that recording. Hello. Not doing that today. I just want you to know it is free for you. And there are some material that you're going to want to grab hold to. You don't want to miss this Fundraising Made Simple Live. DM me 90 and you'll receive a spot. We'll reserve a spot just for you. You can subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it so that you can get a link. You want to be able to get that. But again, this is going to be uh, open to right now the first 20 people. I'm not looking for 100, but thank God if I get 25, 30, or 100, I'll take them. But for 20 of you all, I know that there's a message, there's a method that God wants to do, share with you to show you how you can become fundable in 90 days. Watch it. Even if you have never written a grant before or have never done a grant, you can be funded in 90 days. And I'm going to show you how. So stay tuned. Get ready for Fundraising Made Simple Live, how to become fundable in 90 days with me, your host, Pastor Willie, on May the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, right here live. Hello. All right, Mark, I got carried away, but I'm so excited about the opportunity to do this. I just had to put it out. I wanted to put out there right away so that, we really wanted them, everybody who have an opportunity to get into this, we really wanted to help them do that right away. And so that was really the method to my madness this morning, is to really help people get involved with this right away. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. Thank God it's Fundraising Friday, TGIFF. Thank God it's Fundraising Friday. And listen, over the past few months, we've been building something great together, right? In January, we talked about foundations. In February, we talked about follow up. In March, we focused on momentum. In April, we moved into action. And now here we are in May. Guess what, y'all? Momentum, momentum, momentum. We want to we want to put things into work, which is why I'm bringing you the webinar at the end of the month so that we can make sure your movement is steady and complete. All right. So because and now that we're moving, it's time to take everything we've been learning for the last 4 or 5 months and position ourselves for real funding. Are you with me? And so, what's amazing is all of these conversations have really been preparing us for what's next. Because the truth is, most organizations don't fail because they lack passion. Most organizations struggle because they lack structure, positioning, systems, and sustainability. And that's why we've been talking about operating funds and funding, being positioned for funding. Come on, y'all. Structure, logic models. That's the first day of the webinar, y'all. Momentum, and then follow up, because all of those things matter if you want to become fundable. So listen, most people think they're having a funding problem, but I came to tell you today is they believe that they have a funding problem, but what they really have is a fundable problem. Now I'm gonna say that again. Most people think they have a funding problem, but I came to let you know what they really have is a fundable problem. What do you mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. I've seen people apply for grant after grant, launch program after program, stay busy every single day, and still not get funded consistently. Not because they're not called to do it, not because they lack the understanding and the wisdom, not because they're not doing the work, but because they're not positioned. Are you with me? Are you with me? Let me make sure that you all get this. I don't want you all to miss what I'm talking about. Is that all right? See, it's, it's time to take everything we've learned and you want to position that. You heard me talk about it in these last 5 months. Positioning is everything, y'all. It's everything. So you don't have a funding problem. You have a fundable problem. Does that y'all get that? That's the real problem, because we're not positioned right. We don't have our ducks in a row or our documents right in order to do so. I was just on with one of the organizations that I'm working with in Lorain, Ohio, Yesterday, worked with my organization in Springfield, Illinois. The 5 or 6 organizations that I'm working with, we began working with each one of them. And one of the things that we do at Kingdom Fundraisers with We Pete Inc., that's the parent organization, We Pete Inc., Willie and Ella Peterson Incorporated. What we do is position you to make sure your startup is strong enough to make sure you're sustainable. Does that make sense? And so we make sure that your organization qualifies for funding. It's easy to tell me you want funding, and here's what happens a lot. People ask me, Pastor Willie, how do we do that? And I'm going to get into that in a minute. They'll ask me the question, Mark, how do we get funded? What do we need to do? They always ask me, how long does it take to get funding? And my answer is always the same. If you get positioned right, you can start seeing funding movement in as little as 90 days. That's why we're doing the webinar, How to Become Fundable in 90 Days, because when you're positioned right, when your organization is established, right, all of your documents, I was telling a young lady as we were talking, again, my 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time appointment, standard every Friday. We review everything every Friday. And I was telling her all of the things that we've been doing all this year. We began with a 90-day plan, but then we moved on because now that they're fundable, now we're going after funding. I gave them 26 funding opportunities that they qualify for right now. So my role is to take you from startup to sustainability, and I do that by making sure you qualify for funding. That's the first thing I'm going to always do with any organization. I want to make sure you have everything you need. In other words, I want you to be positioned the right way. Does that make sense to y'all? Is that helpful to anybody? Huh? If you get positioned the right way, you can start seeing that funding movement in as little as 90 days. And I'm telling you, it's been a little longer than 90 days with them, but they started from scratch. They didn't already have an organization. So the first thing we had to do is create that nonprofit organization. Many of you watching or listening have a desire. God has called you to do something and you're not sure how to do it, but we want to help you go. Again, that's what the startup to sustainability means. Startup is how to get your organization, the articles and corporations, the bylaws, and all of the tools that you need to be legal. Then how to move from that legality. And I'm speaking too much because we're going to be doing all this on the 22nd. Hello, that's what Mark is telling you. He said the live broadcast episode is almost like the webinar already. I was thinking that too, Mark. Oh, there you go. You took the word right out of my mouth, man. That's why we work together so well. Listen, y'all, we want to make sure the tools, I want to give you the tools. A lot of people online, they talk about money, they talk about funding, they talk about this, and you can go get this and you can go get that. And yes, you can, as long as your organization is established right. No doubt about it. I agree with all of them. If the money is out there, they'll tell you can go this bank or this nonprofit or this credit bureau, credit union. They'll give you money, 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 money. But I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody gonna give you no money if you're not ready. You can quote me on that. And I am here to prepare you and help you get ready in 90 days to qualify and to be ready to receive funding for your organization. So I want you to stay tuned. I want you to, again, I'm talking about DM me 90, and we'll get that information to you because I want you to be clear. Getting funding in 90 days doesn't mean overnight success. Getting funding in 90 days doesn't mean no work is required, but it does mean if you fix your structure, align your programs, clarify your message, and position your organization correctly, yes, you do not have to stay stuck for years. You can move right into a funding opportunity. So that's exactly why I'm hosting a special training, Fundraising Made Simple Live, how to build a fundable organization in 90 days. And listen, Listen, this is not hype. This is not motivation without strategy. This is structure. This is positioning. And this is sustainability. And what you'll learn in those 3 days, what you'll learn in that training, I'm going to show you what funders are really looking for, why most organizations stay stuck, how to build structure funders trust, how how to position your organization for operating funding, and how and why logic models change everything. Because funders don't just fund vision, my friend, they fund structure. So before we close today, let me give you something to work on this week to get you ready for this webinar. Here's your assignment. Mark, get ready to post it. I call this the fundable checklist. Uh-oh. I lost you, Mark. There we go. I call this the fundable. There you go. He's already got it, huh? He's already there. Let's go. Let's get ready for the checklist because this is true. What funders are really looking for. This is what we're going to show you that in that webinar. So, for the record, here's your assignment for this week. And I call it again the fundable checklist. Ask yourself these questions. If a funder asks me today, what exactly does your organization do? Can I answer it clearly in 2 to 3 sentences, or what I call the elevator pitch? Because if your message is confusing, your organization is probably not positioned, back to that word, positioned, probably not positioned right. Who do you serve? What do you do? What results, will you produce? That's what you want to be able to answer in 2 to 3 sentences. Who do you serve? What do you do? And what results will you produce? I help nonprofit leaders qualify for funding so that they can have a consistent cash flow. That's what I do. Who do I serve? Nonprofit leaders. Whether it's an organization or individual, what do I do? Help them become qualified. Why? What's the result? So that they can have a consistent cash flow. I can talk about that anywhere I go. I can do it in any elevator, on a golf course, in a grocery store, or right here with you online. Can you do the same thing? If I call you or you call me and I ask you, well, what do you do? And for real, everybody, that's the problem that I get from most of the people. They're not able to answer in that way. So combine them into one sentence, just like I did, and then that's called what we call the fundable language. And you're going to learn all of this stuff. We're going to do this stuff. You're going to be able to get my book, and we're going to actually work through it. There is a lesson in it. There is work to do. You're going to have all of this available to you for the webinar. Don't you miss this. I'm telling you, if you're stuck and trying to want to know why you're not being funded, join me May the 20th through the 22nd for Fundraising Made Simple Live. How to get your organization fundable. I didn't say funded. I said fundable in 90 days. So DM me the number 90. That's right. DM me 90. And we'll send you the registration link. Again, Fundraising Simple Live. How to fund your organization in 90 days. So remember this. We're not just raising money. We're building funded organizations. And when they're built right, they get funded. Are you with me? So look forward to that. Don't forget, tell somebody, somebody looking to get funded, want to know why they're stuck, why they're not getting it done. DM me 90, and I promise you, we'll work with you and help you get from startup to sustainability. I'm Willie Peterson, Pastor Willie. I'm your host for Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I love being here each and every week. And guess what? I need your prayers, y'all. I'm going to end with this statement. We're going home again to eulogize my sister-in-law, my wife's sister. Pray for us as we travel back to Ohio. It's cold again, but that's okay. We need to do this. But Lord willing, I'll be with you next Friday, same time. We're going to talk more about fundraising. You know why? Because it's only a little more than a week away. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'll see you then.